Oh, it's time, guys. Screen, there we go. We are in Rohan. Boy, there's nothing here. So, last time we got out of the... Actually, I don't really know what that area was. It was just full of Uruk-hai and 3 ring wraiths for some reason. I'm not quite sure what that area was or like where in the movie that would have fit, but I certainly have heard about this place. It is a massive oh, I'm in Alberta. Well, shit, I probably could have come up with a more clever title for the stream then. Oh well, let's move out. Dun 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 dun. I think Khajiit said that we get a new character at the start of this. I have already lost the tune I was going for. I don't even know what fucking tune I was going for. Am I crazy, or are those 3 stock scream sound effects right back to back? These are orcs, right? Yeah. Get the flag guy. Yeah, you might recall that last time we ended a bit early because I really wanted Miranda to be able to see this part because I know Rohan's her favorite part of Lord of the Rings, and up to and including containing her favorite character from the movies. So I thought it was only right to do that. Plus, like, the last part of it took like 2.5 hours anyway, so like, while not as long as most of the streams of this have been, well, good night, Barathor. It was still a decent stream. You know, we kind of stopped gaining those elf medicines after we got out of Moria. I kind of hope that those start coming back again. Also, that man is just casually on fire over there. Literally no fucks being given. That hurts. Oh yeah, it's time for Gandalf to de-age a man by 2 decades. Oh yeah, that does happen in the movie, doesn't it? Alright, I think we're gonna just swap out there. How's it going tonight, Gio? How's your weekend so far? God damn it, is like everything fucking immune to sleep now? On the plus side, we do have Hadhod's ability to never not crit. That was a weird way to say that. He always crits when we have perfect mode on. Honestly, the only problem I kind of see with getting into the character now is they're going to show up with like no abilities. So the only way they can really balance that is if they don't have a ton of abilities to learn, or if they already have a decent amount of abilities already learned when they join me. I'm kind of hoping it's that one and they don't just like, yes! Okay, we got the cleanse. That's excellent. Can I sleep these guys? I couldn't sleep the captain. That one looks like it worked. Okay. Yeah, Hadhod's kind of a disgusting damage dealer now that he can't. Now that he only crits. Decent weekend. Went grocery shopping for the week. Oh, nice. I ordered some groceries today. Got some nice basic supplies. Wasn't anything really big, but enough to get me going. Barathor to get some, like, more health back. Probably a lot more health back. I don't want to use one of those. It's not great. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Just in case he doesn't level up after this. Well, I guess there's a save point not too far back behind me. Kablamo! Oh, you didn't die from that. There we go. The residual wounds have caught up with him, and he is now the dead. I live because of you, but you must save the surviving warrior who still fights on in our village. But first, let's watch a movie.
Saruman turns Rohan into a battlefield. He has used his power to drive them into a war they cannot win. He cares not.
Wait, there was a scene in the movie where he left his fucking tower?
In Gondor's defense. One by one, the villages of the Riddermark will burn, their horsemen disperse, their will weaken. As all of the land flees south to Edoras, Saruman's armies will march on what remains.
It must be a real bitch to keep orcs, Uruk-hai, and wild men in formation like that. Pikachu. Saruman doesn't leave his tower for the movie, he just sends his armies up there. That looked like he was out in a village. Oh no, a very tiny incline. I can't pass it. What do I do? Fucking panic. Yeah, that looked like he was like a politician out there. Like he was just out there shaking hands, kissing babies. Possibly eating babies, I don't really know. I don't remember Lord of the Rings that well. I've never seen Saruman go on the record and say he doesn't eat babies, that's all I'm saying. And that sounds a lot like something a baby eater would do. Or not do, if you catch my drift. You know him as Saruman of many colors. I know him as Saruman the Baby Eater. Oh my god, do we get another chick on our team? We have another woman on the team! Idril, it's no longer a sausage fest. Morrowind. Interesting name. I don't hate that. Oh, I love it when they give them two hatchets. I saw that in Dragonheart for the first time, and I was like, that's a cool fighting style. Dual axe craft. Let's go. Thief craft. I can steal. I can. Cool. Well, she won't be that hard to level up, I guess. I love the dual axe fighting. All right, let's see what kind of items you get. Dwarven booze. You know, I'm not that surprised by that. Oh, she is fragile. Double Cleave, Wargbane, Uruk-bane, and Battle Haste. I don't think it's really going to help her all that much. Maiden of Rohan. Let's try the Double Cleave out. Okay, so it actually straight up does hit twice. So she needs defense. He comes with counter. Let's go. Hey. So that means I have 3 characters now with counterattack, which is fan-fucking-tastic. It means I have an entire team of counterattackers. Nia. Oh, I meant to switch to Elegus. Go sleep. I kind of wish that animation was her like running up and then just doing like one of these with both axes, but I'll take it. Solid miss. Did I question why his arrows are on fire while they're in the quiver? God, she likes taking damage. Hey, couldn't I just put them to sleep and then steal SP off of them repeatedly? Like, until I run out of SP? Because that should get me technically 2. That gets me 1 for using the skill, and another 1 for the SP I just stole as well. Oh, no, it wakes them up. It doesn't leave them asleep, unfortunately. I guess they probably thought of that. Still, though, the stealing skill is going to be quite essential in helping her catch up. Oh, the wounding strike wore off. Oh, no, I missed. I missed with it. The only one I landed it on is the guy who's dead. Oh, you can't actually switch her out. That's interesting. Actually, a thief is a really good thing to have in a game that doesn't have shops. Because, like, you know that whole problem of not being able to buy items? Not really that much of a problem when you can steal them. Especially if enemies have multiple items on them. That was overly dramatic, I feel. Morwen is great, though frail. I'm noticing the frail thing, but you know, it is what it is. We can fix that. Let's see if enemies do, in fact, have multiple items. I don't know if that means they do or they don't. Oh, okay. That even procs counter. Duly noted. The lady that we rescued earlier said that a warrior was busy fighting in her village. So I think she was probably either already here, or, yeah. Even her basic attack does 2 hits. You don't even need to use skills for that. Let's go. Oh, she is gonna be like high DPS. Bro got nothing for that revive. Oh shit. Okay. Thank God you get infinite switches. Okay, so she can't, if she misses her first attack, she doesn't get the second. Okay, the archer's finally fucking dead. I have to double check what Idriel's learning for spells now. Wow, that does not restore that much. She clucks when that happens. Yeah, I could really use like a full party level or a save point right now because everyone is hurting after that. Morrowind, oh man, what? Really? She's got pretty hair and we're gonna put her hat on her already?
I can only kill them once.
Is this your village?
It was. Most are dead. Many of my friends and family have fled this place. Where
Voice
are
actor
they
sounds
bound?
nice.
I know not. Perhaps the ford? And south to Edoras.
That is our road.
Then you may join me. I must find them.
Oh, I like
What
her.
do you carry that makes you worthy? Wrath? Ruin? A few trinkets. That is all that remains of my life here.
Did you notice that we didn't invite her along? She invited us. That is big dick energy. I like her.
Here on the frontier, Rohan's families farm the land and hunt their food. It is not an easy life. In
Again,
times of
like
need,
Alberta.
all able-bodied men ride to war, as did the brothers of this woman who you aided.
Black Frost has joined your party without your consent.
Scarce in material goods, her family was forced to trade far and wide for necessities, and now their whereabouts are unknown. She now must travel south and search the plains. Aid her in this, for her destiny entwines with yours.
So it's kind of funny that, like, okay, so normally by about this point in the RPG, because we are, I wish I knew how many hours we were into this game. I think we're over 10. I think we're over 20. Normally by this point in the RPG, as you can see, we have everyone but one character left, right? To get. Normally by this point, you can start to kind of form a picture in your head of what people on your team you're not going to use, or who's expendable, or who is better than who. There is no one on this team that I would drop. Everyone has a use, and I like that. I personally think that is how you do an RPG. You don't make superfluous characters that just don't need to be there just for the sake of having characters. Everyone serves a role. You're right, you can't drop them, but I'm like, let's look at Final Fantasy X, for example. Just because I don't know why I thought of 10, I don't know, this with battle system and whatnot, I don't know. Do you ever really need Kimahri? Ever? Like hell, let's say, okay, Kimahri's the easy target. Do you ever really need Wakka outside of a few opening fights where you can't hit birds so well? Like, Titus can still technically do everything Wakka can do. There are characters that you straight up don't really need in a lot of RPGs because someone else does their role. Maybe not as good, but just enough to justify their existence and therefore make that other person feel like an extra. Morwen's the thief, and she's a fast attacker, and she has double attack. Those are 3 things that make her unique. Idril's the healer, spellcaster. She does, even if she had nothing else, those are great roles. Barathor's the buffer. He has all of the auras effectively. Hadhod has the defensive spells as well as crits out the ass. Elagast has weird status elements like sleep, buffs. He has his double turn thing. Everyone has a role so far, and I really like that. I think that's a very, very good way to do this. No, Fire Emblem is very bad for that, especially in the later games when they started getting really big on only having like this person and their retainers or this person and their personal guards. Like Fates and Engage are really bad for that, where there's a lot of characters that overlap. And I get to a point why they would do that, where it's like, maybe you don't like Hinata's personality, but you like Hana's, so you can swap out Hinata for Hana. Now, granted, you just made that point completely irrelevant by bringing in Ryoma, who is them but better and has a personal weapon, and is stronger out of the gates, and is better, and it's a personal weapon. But like that, like the personal taste thing only goes so far, you know. Like in Radiant Dawn, the breaking up of the storylines helps that problem a lot because yes. You have Aaron and you have Nephany, for example. They both could fill the same role, especially if your Aaron is like speed blessed or at least not speed screwed. They could potentially do the same thing. But up until part 4, those two are never in the same army. So at least that is a defense you could make for that. But like in Fates, that really seldomly comes up, especially in Rev, where you just get everyone. I'm actually afraid of this. How many points is this? Oh, actually she just... Wow, you are very accurate. Okay. I am going to crank that to 40. I'm going to crank that to 40, and we are going to start leveling this and this up a bit. Thanks, I hate it. On the plus side, we do have a bunch of elf stones that we're not using right now. Yes, but in that case, if you want to make the Master of Arms argument, Fuga. Literally given to you for free later on. Okay, is there a save point standing around me anywhere? Because, like, otherwise I gotta start burning some items. Yes, there is. Also, we have a new... Oh, I like this. Oh, you know who this reminds me of? Like, the pose and the stance and everything? Rin, from when I played Draken. Like, that's very much a Rin pose right there. And I am always in favor of things reminding me of Draken. Okay, so let's go around and collect chests. Like I said, I like it. I really like the double. I've liked the double hatchet fighting style ever since I watched the first Dragonheart movie. And I saw that the, I forgot what her name is, but the redhead that joins Dennis Quaid's character, like, fights with them. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool, because the spins and, like, the accuracy of them, that's really cool. Super frail, strength and combo saver life, dex start's good for at least 10 levels or so. Yeah, I want to get her SP up just so I can cast her spells a lot more. Because 40 SP isn't a big ask for things like stealing skill. Oh, right, I wanted to take a look at those skills. That's the other thing I was staring at this menu for. So let's take a look. We have Double Cleave, Ward Bane, Battle Haste, Root Bane, Rage of the Maiden. It's a cool name. Oh, God. You have so much time to go through this. Holy shit! Roark Rampage, a melee attack that allows Morwen to strike 6 times! If that's not the epitome of stop, he's already dead, I don't know what is. Now, that said, I think I want these two ASAP over this. Because poison is another dot I can throw at people on top of the fire skill that Hadhod has and the flesh wound that Idriel has. So that's another stacking dot, and this sounds like another of that. So let's get these going. Steal item, seize skill, capture strength, steal action, that... Like, I'm sorry, the moment you gave me the ability to get back my SP without items, that! Cloak of the Plains. That could actually be a good lifesaver, too, for the Thief Tree. Give her the invisibility ability. The invisibility. The ability to go invisible. For passives, extra passive dodge, get extra momentum, extra dex, lowers her AP cost for crafting items. Hold on. I mean, if I don't, I'm just wasting that skill, right? Justice of Balin gives Morin a chance to automatically counter. Give her more melee damage. Give her more armor value. That one. Well, okay, no, this one's almost done, but then we're going for this, because always crits. Don't forget, her last skill is hit 6 times. In perfect mode with this, that's 6 crits. Nope, I don't want to go that way. I don't know if that's progress or not, but I don't want to go that way yet. Is it sad that I want to take the helmet off because I think it looks really stupid? But like, that's literally stats I'm throwing on the ground if I do. There are like horse lords around here and nobody's doing anything about this. Oh, is that a wild man? Yep. He's so fucking frail. I mean, to be fair, I am a badass, so. You know, in retrospect, casting haste on the character who might just straight up die in a second is probably not the best idea. Oh, I didn't look at what Idriel's learning next. I got really caught up with Morin and I just did not look. Ow. Also, I was right. We are starting to get to the point where a lot more dudes are having counter. See? I lived, bitch! For 8 HP, she looks like she's ready to go. Okay, so if that had crit Morwen, it probably was her entire health bar. It crit me, it did 400. Yes, I know I'm just baiting more counterattacks by doing this, but like, Again, I can steal my AP after that. That's really good. Oh yeah, I can also do this. Alright, valid, you're not wrong, and I did build myself as a tank. Yeah, he does have both. Hi, Arctic. Like, most casually invisible. Like, what is the storyline rationality for that double critical? What is the storyline rationality for her being able to do that? I guess she's stealthy, but she's also just running at them, so. Can you stop shooting her? Thank God I'm like right near the save point still. I can just grab all my SP back. Good job, Barathor. Is your helmet too tight? Oh God, yeah, those skills to prevent counters are going to be like super, super useful coming up. Once I start getting like really annoyed by them. Just getting like 2 SP off of every one of those is pretty solid though. You know, I weirdly expected more out of that box, considering it actually had a guard. I think this is the way I came in. I'm like 60%? Yeah, I'm like 60% sure that's the way I came in. Let's head over to those guys over there, and then we'll go to that path over there with the cave on it.
Your riders gather near Helm's Deep. Eomer will join you there.
Who are the horses? Wait, so
I must be brief.
do I want to go this way then, or do I want to go to the cave?
Set in motion. I ride to send Eomer to war. Grima flees to Isengard, filled with wrath. Saruman will feed upon his anger and treachery. They will send out their fastest riders to slay the refugees. They will be led by Shaku, a servant whose mind he has long possessed. Others ride ahead of you, Gondorian. Shaku's warg bands fill the hills. Stay alert.
And stay safe. Kind of hoping this leads to a dead end. Really hoping this leads to a dead end, because I'm genuinely unsure if this is the way I'm supposed to go or not. This kind of feels dead-endish, though. He needs healing like every turn, though. Probably just start every fight with that skill, honestly. Just start with the haste ability on herself and then go from there. It's not like I have the capacity to fight these Wait, do I already have Valor? I already have Valor. It's not like I have the capacity to win these fights in like one round anyway, so doing the setup each time is probably not a bad idea. This is like stream number 4. You'd think I'd know these things by now. Not the birds hurt! Damn those birds. Okay, alright, that hurts too. Oh, I really thought that was gonna break. Okay, well that did it at least. You're fine, walk it off. Can we get this bitch some armor? Getting a little bit more than a fucking can-do attitude out here. Okay, yeah, so you do lose all your buffs when you die. I figured that was the case, but I was like, maybe? On the plus side, that means I can just recast this for an extra point. These counters are ruining her. Look, I just healed her. Yeah, I would say that giving more things counterattack while making these fights a lot more difficult also definitely means you almost need a second healer. And I don't have one of those. Although, to be fair, I'm probably also not supposed to just be, like, spamming Morwen right now. Like, I'm likely supposed to still be swapping people out. I'm just, like, enjoying the new character. Plus, I have 62 King's Foils. It's not as though I can't just do this in between every fight. All right, I also didn't finish doing... Okay, so first of all... you gotta start crafting that. And then we gotta get to elf medicine so you can start crafting revives. You are learning your last skill. We are working on Valor's Haste now. And then we got these two. This right here, learn this. Learn this right here. You have 5 more uses to get that, which is going to be really good. Company rally is momentum. Honestly, we'll want this more, but we're like halfway through. Passive skills. Immunity to fear. I think I want the dodge. The immunity to fear is kind of superfluous when I get a buff that's going to make everyone immune to fear. Counter, 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 counter. That's a dot. More HP is never a bad thing. Field piercing lowers their defense. Paralyzing shot. Stopping melee attacks could be useful. And gives him more turns. Okay. Oh, I hope this is not where I'm supposed to be going. I think it is. I think I might have to backtrack and check out that cave. Get down from there. I think the spellcaster has counter. I think it's just the sword guys that do. Oh, Headhunt's just, like, really good. But again, like, everyone kind of has, like, really good niches to fill. Also, that animation was so long, it bled into me getting hit. Where the fuck was that arrow going? What is he, too high up? All right, Eligust. If you get killed this turn, I might just leave you dead. Hey, Serenity. We have a new character. All right, I take it back. I'm gonna revive you anyway. Not that you deserve it after that performance, but... Go stand over there. Someone can hit him with a frying pan. Good thing is we're still rocking perfect mode, so Hadhod's attacks are all crits. Bro, can you fucking die already? Okay, well, you're gonna fucking bleed to death next turn. At least someone knows how to hit that guy. Whoa. Still alive! Bleed out! For fuck's sakes. All right, you know what? Fine, you get one more shot. Bowcraft, Arrow Flurry. You're the second most accurate person I have. Wake up, stupid. You know what we really need right now? The group party heal. On the plus side, Idril is literally only going to be casting spells for a good long while at this rate, so... Burn down the fucking watchtower he's standing in. That'll show him. You know what I could really use is a skill that makes it so I don't take crits, not so much that I deal them. I think this game's equivalent of fucking shell armor. Sudden spikes in damage is getting fucking annoying. Because like the regular attacks aren't bad at all. It's the spikes in damage you get from like the double and triple crits. That doesn't give shit. I take it back. It gives fucking it gives decent AP. It gives nothing for HP. There was no animation there. That man just fell down. Well, Morwen's dead again. Oh yeah, that's right. That was one of the reasons why I was just having you craft, because you're out of AP. And at least it's something proactive to do. That looks like armor. Granted, it's not much armor. Oh, that's not even all of it. What? Seven spirit. I'm like so nervous that I'm gonna step out of the fucking area. Yeah, that's a. All right. All right, back to the village. Because I definitely saw a cave with some Rohan riders at it. Okay, see, these are the things we're gonna need more of. But at the very least, I have a shitload of healing items. I cannot believe 74 decks. He missed 4 attacks in a row. That is insane. Second most accurate character I have. And only because Morwen showed up with more accuracy. I like how Wild Pierce still looks like bonk on the head. I can get the wounding on all 3 of them and they start passively going down. That's really all I care about. God, you are a liability right now. The thing is, I can actually give her extra bonus experience by just leaving her as the map-controlled character. So, like, it's not the end of the road. It just means she's not leveling up her skills as fast if I can't keep her out there. That's the downside. But we can look for armor. We can look for armor, and we can feed a lot of points into Constitution. Christ, he hits hard. It's like 1/10 of the damage I did to him. Yeah, I honestly think those dots are like one of the fucking smartest things you can put on enemies. If you can't take them down fast, at least dot them so while you're doing other things, they are taking damage. Where was that save point? There it is. I am not making it to that save point. Where that fucking eyeball explodes. That's not what a piercing attack looks like. Like I said, I gotta go spell crazy on her because she needs to learn the party heal. I think this whole game gonna feel a lot different once she gets party healed. By the way, I don't even know like why this suddenly popped into my brain, but there was something I wanted to bring up for a talking point for tonight, and it's have you guys seen these Facebook Reels, TikToks, Instagram, whatever? Pick your poison. It's probably on all of them. I think the best way I can describe them as hypothetical horror situations made by AI. Like, let me explain what I'm talking about. There's like this channel that I saw a lot of these last night, and they were just fascinating to me, so I kept watching them. And it's like this robotic, it's very clearly an AI robotic voice talking. And then it's like, you must choose the scenario that is coming up ahead of you will change depending on like how many people you have with you. So if you're by yourself, you're in this location. These are the risks. These are how you would survive. If you're with two people, this is the situation. This is how you'd survive. These are your options. If you're with 3 people, blah, blah, blah. And I've been seeing so many of those for the last couple of days, and they're just weirdly fascinating to me. Like, not that I want to like promote AI content or anything like that, but like so many of them seem like borderline creepypasta ideas, which is probably how they created them. They like crafted them based on like public domain or public knowledge of like shit that's on the internet, you know? It also uses very specific buzzwords that I think have been fed into it, like if there's like a creature or a monster, it's referred to as an entity, like specifically always as an entity. So I don't know, it's like they've just been really interesting to like see, because I look at these and I'm like, fuck, like it's a shame that these are all, well, like everywhere, like you can see them all. But because like a lot of these have like interesting ideas for a what would you do in this situation kind of game. It's possible. It is possible. I haven't seen any flaws in the way of like weird grammatical errors or things that don't make sense. So none of those have popped up. But I don't know, I've just been seeing a lot of them, and I was just like, I could probably make like an entire fucking stream out of just looking at these stupid things and saying what I would pick. Not that I'm going to do that. I was just like, again, this was like 3 in the fucking morning, so I was like, either way, I did find it interesting because some of them even pit you against each other, where like the person who's solo might encounter the people who are in the groups, and it would be up to you to determine like what you would do if you did run into people in these situations. I don't know, I wish I could remember any specific examples off the top of my head because I watched so freaking many of them, they all ran together after a while. Serenity, if you want, and I'm saying if you want because you send me stuff all the time and I just don't watch it, so. But if you want, the next time I pass one, I can send it to you so you know what I'm talking about, but you are under no obligation to watch it, because again, that would be very unfair if I expected that. Send it, please? Okay. It does seem like something that'd be interesting to you, although I should point out that there's likely trigger warnings in a couple of them. I haven't seen anything that's like SA or really dark like that, but the last one that I saw that stuck out to me was like, oh.
Ride to Helm's Deep.
The last one I saw was like, the infested hotel room. You are in this hotel room. Sleep is infrequent. Bugs are everywhere. My brain's like, ugh. I'll take the last one when I was getting chased by the fucking mascot character.
The king of Rohan has a son, Theodred, and guards others of his family. Irma, who is banished, and Eowyn, a shield maiden of Rohan.
Brandon, your favorite character got mentioned.
Theoden's son was slain by Saruman's orcs. With him perishes the future of his line. With him perishes Theoden's hope. The king shall despair. This bodes ill for the people of Rohan.
Okay.
Theodred
I'm not
enters
laughing at the
tombs of
scene.
his
I'm laughing at
forebears,
something that I just thought of.
but
I'll
leaves
explain
behind
after.
a war that must be won. Gondorian, you must help them defend their kingdom.
Are we going to Helm's
Their
Deep?
future is up to you.
Are we going to Helm's Deep? We gotta be going to Helm's Deep, right? There's no way this game doesn't have Helm's Deep. Okay, the thing that I was laughing at, and it came up at a really inappropriate time because sad shit going on in front of me. But it was while, I don't know his name, Carl Urban's character that was on the horse there was carrying the dead son back, and the dead son was just like, in the horse. And what my brain went to was, what do you think they told the actor? You know, like, look dead, but also sell that you're on a horse. Like, how do you act that? How many copyright claims? 17 on the first one, 11 on the second one, 9 on the third one? So 40, is that 47 or 37? 37, I think. Does that say Warg Hive? Okay, we'll check that in a second. Okay, no, it's literally only this one area. Okay. Yeah, these are the stupid things that go through my head when I'm watching a movie sometimes, is I start questioning, like, I wonder what they gave them for stage direction at this point. Like, you know, shit that you shouldn't be thinking about when you're trying to watch a piece of entertainment. You should just watch the piece of entertainment. But my brain is like, I wonder how they made this, because I'm weirdly fascinated by stuff like that, and I don't know if that's the autism or the ADHD talking. It's probably both. I think that was Elagast, right? Yeah. Wait, let's check the drip. Yeah, it's acceptable drip. Can a hive even, like, in a literary sense, can a hive even stand for a nest or home of something that is not an insect? Or is that just, did someone fuck up when they wrote that? Miranda, you're usually into like a lot of etymology of words and stuff. Would that be something that you would know? Can nests work for something like this, you know, like a literary sense? And the coworker could do an almost perfect Mr. Bill voice. And he did not know who Mr. Bill is. Is it Mr. Bill, like the little puppet guy who's like, oh no, and he always dies? Am I thinking of the right guy? Okay. Now, I will say, while I do know the character of Mr. Bill, I don't understand where Mr. Bill is from. From what I saw, he was just in commercials. If Mr. Bill is from a show or some kind of source material, I don't know. Because I would only ever see him in commercials. And you know what? I remember Mr. Bill more because Pizza Hut ripped him off for their mascot, which was a tiny piece of a single piece of pizza with a face on it that constantly got killed by the end of the commercial that sounded like Mr. Bill. Isn't that weird where you remember the knockoff more than the original? Then again, by the end of this game, I'm actually going to be able to say that I know Lord of the Rings more because of the backup warmers here than the actual characters in Lord of the Rings. Because I've had time to grow attached to these characters. Mr. Bill's from Saturday Night Live. You know, I've always... Yes! I've been told many times that I should watch Saturday Night Live because it seems like it's my kind of comedy. I just never have. I think if I was gonna watch it, I would have to watch the Christopher Walken stuff for sure, though, because I've heard that's amazing. Just keep casting spells. We need group heals. Wait, I have Wargbane. Get him. Oh, good. Another monster that has counterattack. I'm so glad. That's another thing I've been told too. I don't know how old it is, but because I've seen various sketches over the years. Like, how could you go? God, I'm almost 40. Almost 40 years without seeing sketches, right? My favorites, I think by far, are the Jeopardy ones with Will Ferrell playing Alex Trebek. Though, God, those are funny. Especially when they get the guy who like does the Sean Connery imitation because he just razzes him the whole time. How are we doing on this? That's so many. That is 84 more uses of spells. What are you learning now that you've got counter? Strike twice, or strike twice and stun. All right, whatever. You know, Morwen's kind of got a nice ass. I'm just gonna say. Yes, Wayne's World was based on an SNL character. If I'm not mistaken, from the interview that I read back when it came out, the idea of his voice for Shrek was based on an SNL character that he did, that Myers did, I should specify. I don't fully remember if it said which character it was, but I do remember him saying something about that in an interview, like how he got the idea for like the character of like how, because like if you look at the old demo tapes and stuff, or whatever you would call the footage of it, shit, I have to keep astericking my sentences to go back and explain something further. For those who don't know, from the first Shrek movie, Mike Myers was not supposed to be Shrek originally. It was originally Chris Farley. Rest in peace, Chris Farley. I fucking love that man. And if there's footage online of like Farley's version of it. I don't know if it was ever officially leaked or if it's just something somebody did. And if you watch the two of them, they're radically different, right? So it's not like Myers went in and then just did Farley's version again. He was like, I'm doing my own version of it. And I remember reading an interview that's like, it was based on a character I did on SNL. So really, the reach of like what SNL has like kind of done is, oh my God, it went through the shield in one hit. Jesus Christ. Like that reach is very, very far. Also, question. And this is, I'm gonna say this only applies to the first movie to make it fair. When I was talking to Sparky on stream earlier today, at some point, and I don't remember why, I brought up Ice Age, the first Ice Age movie. Don't remember why, but it came up in conversation. And now I'm curious, and again, as like a talking point or something, what do you guys personally think you enjoy more? Not what's better, what do you personally enjoy more? Ice Age 1 or Shrek 1? I'm not counting the rest of the movies because Shrek obviously has a better sequel at least than Ice Age does. Although Ice Age 2 is not terrible, it's obviously not on par with Shrek 2, which is like one of the best sequels ever. I figure Shrek wins this in a landslide. Like, I'm not crazy. But I was like, I wonder if there is anyone out there who prefers Ice Age. Ice Age 1, not the rest, just specifically the first one, versus Shrek 1. Again, not the rest, just the first one. Not what's a better movie, what do you personally prefer watching? Okay, there we go, Cody. Cody personally prefers Ice Age 1. And so what I did was I did the stir-fry meat exactly how I do it normally. And I drizzled the sauce from that over the tater tots, and then I mixed the meat into it. No, so you're good to add whatever you want. I've already tried it. The flavor seeped into the tater tots. It's very good. Yeah. I made 3 containers, so there's one for you, one for me, and then I'm probably gonna have tomorrow while I'm figuring out what to make. Yeah, by all means. I appreciate the burger. I still had half a donair to eat, and then I had to make dinner. So like, if I eat this, we're not having dinner. Serenity, I would say I might have to actually make a movie night on the stream just so you can watch, Ice Age with us. Like, I would watch Ice Age again in a heartbeat. Oh, I remember why I brought it up. It was the dodo scene. No, not on stream, on Discord. Like a movie stream, like we did Mario and Digimon. I almost forgot what the second movie we did was. Cause like, here's the thing. I also I think it may be because I've seen Shrek too many times. I think I enjoy Ice Age a little bit more, but that could be a toss-up on a good and bad day. Ice Age is predominantly a bright white movie because it's snow and it's ice. There's blue skies in almost all the scenes, and there is white ice. It's like when you walk outside and get snowblind, it's that, but a movie. When I used to get a lot of headaches growing up, probably either too much of this or not enough of this, I'm gonna guess the first one. If I couldn't cure it with Tylenol, or if we just didn't have Tylenol in the family home, I would lay in the dark and watch Ice Age. That doesn't make sense, because if you watched a bright-ass movie in the dark, you know that hurts your eyes and gives you a headache. For some reason, Ice Age always worked to cure my headache, and I don't know why. Gun to my head, I have no idea why that worked. That wasn't a sentence. Why that worked. Your solution to headaches is bright lights. Yeah, it's fucking stupid, isn't it? It doesn't make a lick of goddamn sense. But it worked every fucking time. Like, it was weird, because like, I'd start getting a headache, and like, I go, like, do we have any Tylenol, Mom, or anything like that? And you'd be like, no, we don't have anything. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go lay down and watch a 2.5-hour movie. That boy's weird. All right, Morwen, I already adore you, but you can't, oh no. Oh, I can't switch. Oh, this is bad. I need my buffer. I need him out here. I'm not, no, untrue. I have had one. I have had exactly one migraine in my entire life. And I know it was a migraine versus like a headache, because I've had headaches, right? I couldn't do anything with the migraine. I couldn't move. I couldn't think. I couldn't do anything but curl up in a ball on my mom's bed and cry for hours. When I found out later on, as I got older, that people routinely suffer from migraines and it's not like a rare thing, I don't know how you function. Because I've never been in more pain that I can recall. I've had surgery before, but I'm pretty sure I would remember that pain if I wasn't 3. So I do not know how you guys function. If I had to worry of a fucking migraine was going to be happening, I cancel my plans for the next day too. What's another bad example of pain I've had that just debilitated me? I pulled my tendon twice in my knee. I thought I ripped it because of how I went down. I remember exactly how it happened too. I was laying on the couch before going. I was in high school. I was laying on the couch watching 90210 because my mom always watched that in the morning, and that was the only thing I was allowed to not I was allowed to watch, but like it was watch this or stare at the wall until you go to school, because I'm not changing the channel. So I would watch 90210 with her in the mornings, and I'd go to high school, and for some reason commit it to memory. But I remember laying on the couch, flat on my back, right, watching, just kind of like watching TV, and then my phone was like, no, not my phone. I didn't have a phone at that time. This was the before times where there were no cell phones existed. I was poor. Before, like, someone told me you have to go to school, you have to go catch the bus. So I fucking leaned, like, okay, how do I do this? This is my head, this is my legs, okay? I fucking leaned back my legs and fucking lifted, like, flipped up off the couch. And I landed, and I took one step with my left leg, and I fucking went down, clutching my knee. Because what I had done when I flipped was, I guess I bent my knee wrong, and my tendon, which I guess is supposed to kind of follow along with the bone in the side of your leg, it was under, like, I kind of bounced it, so it was now under my, I could have twanged it like a guitar string. And I know that because I did that, because I'm an idiot. And I fucking pulled it. And I was freaking out. I was freaking the fuck out because I'd never been in pain like this before. I couldn't walk. I was in enough pain that I didn't immediately think I could use this to get out of going to school today. I was in too much pain. And so I'm like on the ground, and my mom and my grandmother were there because my grandmother was living with us at the time. And they were like, they run over and they're like, are you okay? Like, what happened? But yeah, my family's really bad for that. If you're on the ground clearly in pain, the first words out of our mouths are instinctively, are you okay? Obviously not. But we're really bad for doing that. And after I explained, like, I was able to finally explain in words, like, what was wrong and why I was in pain, and my grandmother was like, oh, it's this. Because of course, she had that knowledge locked and loaded. She knew exactly what it was. And when I was like, is it, like, am I fucked? Like, is it broken? Did I tear something? It's like, nope. All we have to do is we have to get your leg back to a flat position, like stretched out again, which is going to hurt. She did not sugarcoat things. And after that, it will reset. And I'm like, I don't like the sound of any of that. And I wish I could say that, like, everything, like, that worked, actually. We did eventually, it took a while to get my leg, because I had to, like, kind of baby inch my foot slightly forward on the floor so I could get my leg flat out again. And it took a while. I think this took, like, a solid 15 minutes, because I was like, And sure enough, it worked. I laid down for about an hour or so, and I could walk again after that. It was fine. But I did get the day off of school, so yay. The second time I pulled my tendon, I should try to fight these things while I'm doing this, by the way. I'm sorry. I'm very bad at multitasking. You might haste it. Warbane. The second time I did it, I was in my room, same house, around the same time. I think it was like a year and a half later. And I had been taking special care to not flip out of my bed for that reason. Like, I would do it occasionally because it was an instinctive thing to be like, I've seen this on TV and it looks cool. Ha! It was not cool. Don't do that. Don't be me. So I would, like, remind myself constantly, like, don't do that. And I think after a couple of days, I'd forget and I'd do it again. And I have to remind myself, no, remember what happened last time? Stop fucking doing that. Did I just take, like, all of my health and damage after I healed? Anyway, I flipped out of bed. I did it again. I didn't have school that day, so that was a waste. I did it again, as I said. And this time, I was like, okay, I know what to do, and I can actually fix it myself, because I don't need to be embarrassing and be like, oh, I hurt my leg, I hurt my... No, I can figure this out, because I'm not an idiot. So I put my back up against the wall, and I started slowly creeping my leg forward, and I'm like, okay, it's not as bad, it doesn't hurt as much this time. It still hurts. But I think it's because the panic is not there this time, because I'm aware of what happened last time. So I'm like, okay, this is a fixable problem. So I start doing that. But I get to about, like, here, and I'm like, okay, well, the tendon's, like, almost to the leg. Like, oh, it's very sensitive, don't do it. Well, my brain's like, how elastic is this? Like, how much give is this? So, like, imagine this was like the tendon, and I was like, I swear to God, I stopped seeing color. I literally was like, can I please, I will give you anything, world, if I could take back the last 2 seconds of my actions. Oh my God, it hurt. I feel like I couldn't see color anymore because it hurt so much. That would be the second most amount of pain I've been. The first was the migraine, which I just remembered now. That's how we got to this part of the story. I've been fighting this fight for 20 minutes. I'm so sorry. I don't know if there are characters in the movie. They may be characters in the book. Has anyone who's like looked into this since I've been playing it, has anyone seen if there's anything that says like Barithor is a character in something beyond just this game? None of these are from the books. Okay. I wasn't sure. I didn't think so. But honestly, I'm okay with playing someone's Lord of the Ring fan fiction because honestly, I'm enjoying this so much. Well, you probably should battle haste again because that's gone. Not in the books. I've read some of them. Threnody, bona fide expert. She's read some of the books. Dun, dun, dun. Damn it! Warren. Girl, I love you, but stop dying. Please. I can't switch her out. We are surrounded. It's like fake Star Wars names. That sounds like me trying to read the second Harry Potter book. Now, by saying it like that, you would wisely and most usually correctly assume that means I read the first book. I did not. I was told by 9 different people, I remember this because they reminded me about it later, if you're going to ever get into Harry Potter, read the books in order. You will not understand book 2 if you do not read book 1. I was told this repeatedly. I was told this by people I listened to. I did not listen. I went to the library. I was like, let's check out this Harry Potter thing. You know, this passing fad that is Harry Potter. It won't last. And the school library was currently out of the first one. This was like, I don't know if this was like early on in their runtime. I'm pretty sure I'm not that old, but we'll see. Morwen! Come on, girl! So I checked out. I forgot what the term was. Damn it! I checked out the second book. I feel like I got maybe 40 pages in, and all I could say was I fucking hate all of this. And I would bet you dollars to donuts it is because I didn't understand who was anything or what anything was. If I had listened to people and not read the books in fucking order, I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more. No, I hate Harry Potter now because almost every single one of my ex-girlfriends was huge into Harry Potter. And that does not mean Miranda is in the wrong if she likes Harry Potter. It merely means I am fucking capped on Harry Potter. I need to, okay, we gotta rotate, man. Mike hates his exes. I hate 90% of them. There is one that ended things amicably and she is fine. Want nothing to do with her from a personal level now, but there's no animosity there. I need to reduce their numbers or this fight is dead. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but I am getting my ass kicked. this out for Rohan. Thank God the other character that I currently had in my party was Hadhod. If this was Idriel, Elagast, and Morwen, we'd never win. Aw, Jimmy, love you too, man. El Hero Potoro. Oh, and this is probably more of a shot at Harry Potter than it is at what I'm about to reference here. But I never, like I said, I stopped reading Harry Potter, the second book, after like 40 pages or so, right? You know what book I read all the way through? And I'll explain why after, because I know you're gonna go, why? Twilight. I read the first Twilight book, start to finish. To those wondering why, very, 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 very first girl I ever went out with, huge into Twilight. I decided, well, it's my moral obligation to like the things she likes. So not only did I read the first book, because they gave it to me as a gift, so I was like, well, fuck, now I gotta read it. I was also told, as a kindness, I guess, that the movies are way worse than the book. What little I can recall, this is true. Because she was so into Twilight, and this was as they were coming out. Fuck, I'm old. As they're coming out, the second movie was brand new in theaters while I was dating this person. And I'd gone to Toronto for this, by the way. She lived in Toronto. The second movie comes out. I know the second movie's coming out because it is all that I've heard about for the past week and a half. It was not a long relationship. So when I go to Toronto to actually have like a face-to-face like meeting and make sure this person's not a dude and all that stuff, I am voluntold that we are going to see the second movie in theaters, which means, well, Mike can't watch the second movie. He's never seen the first movie. So guess what I got to do? I got to watch the first movie. Happy, happy, joy, joy, me. That sucked, by the way. And also, why was everyone obsessed? I'm gonna go on a side tangent here, and then hopefully I'll find my way back to explain the rest of the story. Why was everyone obsessed with Kristen Stewart's character? I don't remember what her name was. Bella? Whatever. That other chick that's in that movie. The vampire sister girl with the short hair. She is way hotter. Why was like nobody chasing after her? I don't understand that. Back to what I was saying. I had to watch the second one in theaters 3 times. I was in Toronto for like a week. 3 times. Now, you might think that sounds fucking terrible, especially if you didn't like it the first time. But one of my, if not my favorite, funniest theater story like movie theater story. Aw, Jimmy, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Favorite theater story, if not second favorite, ever happened because I watched Twilight 2 in theaters. I think this was the second time we went. We were in the front row because even though we had already seen it once, it was still sold out. So we had to sit in the front row. I think we were like, there was like 3 people. Like I was like her, me, and then 3 people in the front right corner of the movie theater. That's where we were. The guy to my right, and I know I told the story on stream before, and I never get tired of telling this fucking story on stream before, because it doesn't work over text. I have to be there to do it. The guy to my right, no shirt. Probably 6'7" or something, I don't know, like average height. Trucker hat, no shirt, I have to reiterate that. Big work boots, blue suspenders. No shirt. This is important to the story. At some point in the movie, and I think this happens a few times, but I'm hoping I blocked this out. At some point in the movie, the wolf guy, not Edward, I can't remember his fucking name, takes off his fucking shirt. The crowd goes wild. It was one of the scenes they used to hype the movie. I know that because, that one, Jacob. Because my cousin, who was this girl's best friend, the one that I was on the date with, they had like the Edward Jacob like rivalry posters and everything. Like they were fucking crazy. He takes off his shirt. I think this is the first time in the movie this happens because everyone goes up. The guy beside me, without missing a beat, as soon as the cheers go down, and he says it loud enough that I'm sure he wanted to be heard, goes, "I'd hit that with my truck." Perfect like southern drawl and all that, and I just go, and my brain goes, "Data saved. You will never forget this moment." Oh god, I love that. Like, I love that. Like, people are like, "Shit, man! Like, you had to watch, you had to put up with that. That sucked." I'm like, "Yeah, but I got a great fucking life experience out of it." Because unless you went and saw Magic Mike later on down in life, that experience probably wasn't happening again. Not in the theater. That guy is now a woman. I think he was confident in who he was. Going by the no shirt, no shoes, no service thing. He had shoes. He had work boots. Yeah, I actually remember one of Gabriel Iglesias' stand-ups where he talks about being in Magic Mike, which was a fucking great story. I really have to revive Morwen. I don't know if she gets experience if she's dead. I feel so bad. I'm positive now this fight has been a half an hour long. I have told like 4 stories and I haven't finished beating up these 6 guys. Idriel, you land hits like I tell stories. Get to the point. God, I hope that sounded cool, because it fucking didn't in my brain. Maybe I saw this wrong, but when I stole that SP, instead of it showing -1 SP to the goblin or orc, sorry, racist, and +1 SP to me, it said I learned the new skill, which is fine, but then it said missed. I don't know why. You just lost, ooh, a scimitar. I just lost 3.5 subscribers. What happened to the other half?
The smallest of this world are about to perform the greatest of deeds. This is for
Don't they ride a tree like a mech? Do people like these 2 characters?
Have awakened the most powerful of the
Like, Frodo's obviously eternal. Everyone knows Frodo. Everyone loves Sam. I fucking love Sean Astin. How are people on these guys? These 2 guys here. Do people like Merry and Pippin, or do they find them annoying?
Gather with many of their friends, and the Ents will find the will.
Aw, thank you, dear.
March now to war, freeing you, my friend.
Oh, is Pippin the one that gets captured by the guy who has to have the really weirdly sexual scene of him eating a tomato? Like, they focused really hard on it. I think they put like smooth jazz over that scene. It was weird. What do you mean, don't spoil? Don't spoil it for who? For me? I was the one who brought up the scene of the guy with the tomatoes. What do they come in here for? Oh, I got a sword. Oop. Those greaves look much less nice. 49 versus 40. God, that is an ugly ass scimitar. What tomato scene? There's the fucking scene where Boromir's dad is like close up eating food, and it's really weirdly focused on. It's kind of like a Tarantino movie with feet. All right, I'm having trouble remembering. There was a save point outside of the cave, right? I don't mean like it was like there to make people horny, because I pray that didn't work. I mean more like it was like fetishized. I guess sexual was the wrong word, but I meant like it was weirdly fixated on. I mean, it worked. I don't know if I felt uncomfortable so much as did I just learn poison wounds again? Yeah, I don't know if I felt like thrown off or grossed out or anything, so much as I felt like, well, that's not gonna leave my brain now. Yeah, I got that impression. I was like, this guy should not be in charge. All right, Elagast, can you put that guy to sleep? And by that, and I mean this with all of the sass you can imagine it coming with, can you fucking hit? Oh, okay, Geo, I'm curious, and you can feel free to answer this, whether or not this is like a spoiler or anything like that. Is Denethor a character that was shown more backstory and stuff in the books, so you got to see like him at his height versus him as he's downfalling, and then the movies just kind of had to cut that for time? Is that kind of the situation we're looking at here? Because I'm always kind of curious when that happens. There's much more context for Denethor in the books. Okay, I was curious about that. Because, like, I know him for two things, okay? The tomato scene, where he fucking... all that food. And the Faramir and Boromir memes, where Faramir's like, Father, I got an A on my paper. And it's like, Boromir would have gotten an S. Like those memes. That's it. That's all I know him for, and neither of those two things are necessarily good. How are we doing on... we could probably use the AP. Is that... would you call that a badass scene so much as it is a... like, that looks painful scene? I don't know if he looks badass in it, or do you mean the scene itself is badass? Well, I mean, when you consider how much of the Lord of the Rings stuff they kept in the movies, you gotta imagine what made it to the cutting room floor. I guess you don't have to imagine, you can read the books, but... he ran like a kilometer while on fire. Well, when you put it like that, now it sounds like I'm making fun of Terry Fox or something. I think you also had a fucking... oh, you got the orc bait, that's why. No, Retro, I agree. I personally believe Tolkien is a very big proprietor of word vomit. And that sounds more negative than it means. What I mean is, the man will spend the better part of 2.5 pages explaining what the table in the corner of the room looks like. Which is great if you care about what the table of the room color in the corner looks like. For a fun game at home, try to put that sentence back together. But I want to hear about the dialogue going on, because like the world is interesting. We have tables here. Probably. He had his hyperfixations. By the way, whether or not society has agreed with this personal sentiment, I don't give a shit. Can I just say I really, really, really like that we have reached, at least as a community, if not a greater whole, a point where we can just use that term, autistic, just call somebody autistic, when there's clear evidence that it could have been a thing, like not just like, haha, you are. And it's not a negative thing. Like earlier when I was explaining something that I did, and I'm like, I don't know if that was the autism or the ADHD or both. Like, it's comforting to know I can admit that, and we can make those like assessments and those comments without feeling like we're villainizing that person. We're just, that's a thing. I have it, you have it, that guy over there might have it, we don't know. Like, I'm glad that our community is comfortable enough and feels safe enough to use the word like that as like as an assessment instead of a diagnosis. Yeah, exactly. So like I'm very proud of you guys. That's what I'm trying to say, and I'm doing a piss poor job of it. I already wounded that guy. Shoot him with water. I know a lot of people do. That will never be tolerated here, though. Discrimination of any kind won't be, unless you're Xander. A little bit. C.S. Lewis, I think that's an operating system. God, I look like I'm wearing like a rug. Like a really nice, fancy, rich person's carpet. Look, it's another chance to give Morwen more than 5 defense. Oh, I thought Serenity was trying to say Louis C.K. and fucked it up. I did not realize C.S. Lewis was a totally different person. I thought she made a typo and I was like, oh, I'll just make a little joke before she catches it. Nope. You were totally right and I'm an idiot. Mike is autistic. No, I'm just stupid. I guess I can be both. I'm fine being both. It's who I am. Okay, hold on. Can I? Oh. Okay, I was gonna back up so I could show the models off. Do these guys look fat to you? The Rohan Knights, like they're weirdly wide. It's probably the armor. Although I feel like if you have to wake up in the morning and say, honey, does this chainmail make my butt look big, you have a problem. Almost nailed it. Oh! Okay, before I hit this button, because you guys are talking about Chronicles of Narnia right now. Did anyone see those movies? What the fuck did I watch? I legitimately felt like I was watching someone's acid
You
trip.
must know how events are changing as you travel toward Edoras. I emerged from Fangorn with my companions.
Is this a fucking shampoo commercial?
Of this land consented to carry me forth in haste.
A horse just fucking cascades up and it's like, L'Oreal. Look, it's either a fucking shampoo commercial or it's a tampon
We
commercial.
did not tarry, reaching the Golden Hall as quickly as our mounts could carry us. There, I
No,
shall
it could have been a
lift
Mentos
Saruman's
commercial.
curse and steel Rohan for war.
I feel like that was important. And I retained none of it. I did miss a chest. We're going back. Pretty sure it was left and up. Follow the little red dot. Follow the little red dot. Follow it, follow it, follow it, follow it. Follow the little red dot. Minimap looks like Star Ocean till the end of time. Dark times those were. But I miss Nell. She was sultry. I missed a lot of chests. Maybe we'll find a fucking decent pair of pants for you. Nope. Just more weed. Actually, that might be good. What does your defenses look like? Do you have Oh, good. Yeah, no, wear that. I could give a rat's ass about the fucking water protection. Get that. Actually, for that matter, do we have any more fucking slashing protection ones? Slashing or piercing? Give me that. But Sarah's been here longer. Why does she get the new armor? Ah, the titties, is it? Vital. LOTR X Uma Musume collab when? How long have I been in this menu for? How did we get here? Are you kidding? Come on, this bitch needs a shirt! She dies if we breathe on her funny. So, okay, let's take a weird stance on this one. And damn it! And go a different route here, because the Chronicles of Narnia thing made me think of this. Not counting Lord of the Rings, what movies have done fantasy worlds good in your opinion? Like, what movies have you seen that were not Lord of the Rings that made you be like, I want to go explore that fantasy world? Musume crack ideas. Ironically, Star Wars. Damn, that's hard. That's a really good question. I actually have one that I never hear people mention, but when I say the one it is, they're like, oh yeah! I like the world that The Princess Bride takes place in. I want to know more about that place. Because it feels like it's an alternate Earth kind of, or like other version story. Because they talk about like Greenland in Princess Bride, but it's clearly also a fantasy world too. And I think that's interesting. That said, not my number one pick. Because there is a fantasy movie with a central romance idea done in a non-copyright kind of, like, it feels like very mishmashy fantasy love story that I like more than Princess Bride. I did my best to explain and use all the little taglines of the shit you would explain as Princess Bride. Basically, I think the movie that I'm thinking of and the world that I'm thinking of is The Princess Bride, but better in all the ways The Princess Bride is. And I love The Princess Bride, so this is high praise. The movie Stardust. The movie gives this idea of such an interesting fucking world, and I want to know more about that fucking world. And I've actually done my homework this time, and I got the book Stardust, and I read that. The movie doesn't do shit, man. The fucking book is insane. There is so much more weird, fucking fantastical shit in the book that didn't make it to film, that as much as I love the movie, I want to see that one. Anyway, how long have we been staring at these hairy buggers for? Hello, Cyber Skelly. Tell your wife she has awesome taste in fantasy worlds. Princess Mononoke looked like an interesting world. It looked like if I wanted a fantasy world, but I wanted it to be like a little Japanesey. Neverending Story's weird though, because if we're counting all the movies as canon, then at some point the world can just be completely fucked over by someone taking the book and going, bad thoughts, which is like scary. Because like by that same logic, imagine like, okay, let's just put the hypothetical god character, you know, the one that people sometimes believe in, and make him like a vindictive little child, right? That would be like him picking up the world and going, bad thoughts, and we'd have to be okay with that. Yes, Jack Black did play that role, and weirdly killed it. Like, it's a role that was beneath him even then, but damn did he sell that role. Honestly, is there any credence to the thought that... What is Weeping Blade? That changed my physical attack? Does it get me anything? No, I didn't see any SP come up to that. Sorry, yeah, is there, I don't know if I finished this question or not because I got distracted by what Baragor was doing there. Is there any thoughts or credence or truth to the fact that the Ghibli movies might all be connected? Or is that not is there like someone who's been like, according to this and this and this and this, that's fucking impossible? Where the fuck is Aerofleur? Willow was great. I don't know if it was a world I wanted to experience more than that, but like, it was a good movie. Val Kilmer was great in that movie. You are great swordsman. That's actually Willow's line I'm just talking about. Val Kilmer's character. I've never actually watched a Ghibli anything. Okay, before I go ahead and recommend one to watch, Geo, is that because you have no desire to watch them, or you just haven't gotten around to it? Because if you would like a suggestion on like one to start with to see if it's like your thing, I'm sure we could find the best one for you. We've all seen at least 2 or 3 of them, if not more. Never got interested. Okay, that's fair. I won't like waste your time recommending movies then. That's okay. Damn, he's playing Bongo Cat. Is he dead? I feel like that would have killed him. Okay, so he should out of the own. This guy can go after. The sooner I reduce their numbers, the less these battles will take forever. It's not a shot at the battles, it's the shot that I am purposely dragging ass on the fights because I keep talking. I mean, I guess there's a couple of movies that would definitely fly in the face of that idea. Like, if Ponyo was part of the whole Ghibli-verse, does that mean all those characters almost suffered a fucking Team Aqua level cataclysm event? So like, there's a couple of things where you're like, no, this movie had enough of a world-changing problem that that's impossible. True, but even if they were still all in the same world, it would be an interesting kind of thing. Like, have you heard of the? I think it's the Pixar, the Pixar thing. I'm sure there was a word for it that was not thing. Where they're like all these Pixar movies are linked because of the Pizza Planet truck over there. And it's like in this movie, and it's in this scene and stuff like that. The Pixar theory, that's what it was. Thank you, Serenity. Look at all these fucking 7s. I don't want to see you fucking missing no more. Where the fuck am I going at this point? Like, I think I'm tracking down the riders. Oh, this all connected. Oh shit, this all connected. Well, that definitely means one of these routes could have been missable if I hadn't gone through those caves. I feel vindicated. Lots. I don't think I want to know what the leeches are for. Oh, okay. The Pixar thing made me think of Toy Story, and Toy Story made me think of another topic. Okay, what are annoying characters in great movies from like an animated setting? Something that someone found funny, but you definitely do not. Like those kinds of characters. What are ones that like really piss you off? What are ones that you don't like? No, I'm talking about movies specifically, like the Minions, the seagulls from Finding Nemo, the little guys from Toy Story. Those guys, like those characters, those kinds. Which ones do you not like and don't find funny? I am expecting the Minions to pop up on this list at some point. Oh, still SpongeBob. I know he has movies, that's not what I'm talking about.
By order of the king, we seek to pass.
I must find my family.
You're gonna walk in.
Obey my orders, lady. None shall pass without permission.
Come, let us gather Rohan's riders. That shall make our case.
I think that was the you definitely missed some riders thing. I thought I saw them all, and now I'm confused as to where I could have missed some. I found like 2 different caves that had them. I found the ones near the village, the ones a little bit of ways near that watchtower. I definitely know the Minions were a big one for me that drove me crazy after the, I'm gonna say the first movie. And don't get me wrong, if I rewatch Despicable Me 1, the Minions still make me laugh. It's not even the Minions' fault, because I'm sure their characters are funny to begin with. It's that they were everywhere. So it was really exhausting. You know, ones that I expected to be a bigger deal, but I guess because of the nature of it being like a holiday movie, it didn't do what it needed to. That I think we're looking for more riders, because the guys wouldn't let me pass, and he's like, let's gather the riders. I'm like, I thought I did that. So now I'm like, okay, I must have missed some, so let's go double checking. I don't think there's anything over here because I remember going up this hill, but I missed somebody somewhere. Sorry, the ones that I thought would be more comical, more beloved, I guess, but again, the movie was a Christmas movie, so I don't think it really counts, was the little elves that are in Rise of the Guardians. You know, the one with like fucking giant Russian Santa, Hugh Jackman as the Easter Bunny, the weird scaled Tooth Fairy, and the sleepy guy. Yeah, the little elves in that, I thought those were like, oh, they've got like Minions energy, and they're funny, and they're cute, that'll be another one. But no, like nobody ever talks about them, and I think it's specifically because it was like a Christmas movie. Well, Thing 1 from Thing 2 in the Cat in the Hat. Jimmy, I'm fucking on like day 84 of forgetting that movie exists. So thank you for that. God, that movie's terrible. I am so fucking lost right now. Because, like, the whole tunnel wrapped around itself. So, like, I don't think I missed anybody in the tunnel, but, like, where else could they be? Wait, get back to casting spells. Oh, do you mean like Remy? Like the blue, like the rat from Ratatouille? I think that's his name. Did they talk? I've never seen Ratatouille. Oh, Serenity was called Rise of the Guardians. Oh, you mean the French guy? Alec Baldwin. That's who played Russian Santa. Fuck, that's been bothering me for like 5 minutes. Okay, well, the dot is over there. I cannot get to the dot. I adore the 2-axe chick. I just wish, like, what's a good comparison to make? What is a great comparison to make? I'm not quite ready. Okay, I'm gonna use an extreme comparison. She's kind of like Alakazam. She's fast and she hits hard, but if you fucking throw a rock at her, she's going to die. But she's not as strong or as fast as Alakazam is right now. That's just a very extreme example of what I'm trying to talk about. So she needs armor that the game is stubbornly not giving me. Like, I think I found a skirt for her, and that's the most I've found so far. So I've just been pumping any level she does get into Constitution so she can be tanked. She's in her cadaver phase. Yeah. You know what's another weird movie? And we're just jumping topics at this point, by the way. The Ratatouille reference made me think of this one. Flushed Away. Do you guys remember Flushed Away? It was another animated movie with, like, rats, and they talked. I still don't know if they talk in Ratatouille or not. And obviously, like, at some point, the rat got flushed. That was a weird fucking movie. I don't think I have any follow-up commentary now that I brought it up. I think I said everything I needed to say. It was a weird fucking movie. Wait, is she wearing boxer shorts? It's a mall mini skirt. I was watching, there was a clip on Facebook of my favorite comedian, Christopher Titus, doing a bit. And, he was explaining something that his wife was wearing, and he explained it as like a stewardess, like an airplane stewardess skirt, but he called it a vagina mini skirt. And I was like, that is exactly what that is. Oh, that says male miniskirt. I thought that said mall miniskirt. I can't. Among the things that I cannot read is a map because I still don't know where I am. Fuck. Nope, red dot is moving again. Okay, this is what I meant the other day when I was saying something that could add to this that would definitely not go amiss would be a way to bring up the whole map. Because the compass that keeps moving, not helping. I feel like Miranda trying to find us in Baldur's Gate before we fixed her compass. It's just not happening. If there's a way to do it, I ain't seen it yet. You now have me wondering if there's a way to do it. Oh no, dear, I get lost in video games constantly. Remember when we were doing Hyrule Warriors and playing on the TV, I could not focus on the map at all, but playing it on stream, I could. It's like all a matter of just like how close I can zoom in with my old man eyes. Oh, stupid. Let's fix that. Mountain shield. Sad day when a double critical can't put down a warg. Oh, absolutely. No, it makes me like honestly. Now that I kind of know what it's like to play with the radar not locking in place, I completely understand how easy it is to get lost like that. Because I cannot make heads or tails of where I'm supposed to go right now. So I'm really glad we were able to fix that for you, because that must have been frustrating. Like, go north. I'm following the circle, and the circle is lying. That was my Miranda impression. It needs work. I can't capture her soft, calming voice. How do I get out of this fucking cave? Okay, there's a door. If I miss any riders, I would assume they and their horses will be out here. Toggle the map size with the square button. I'm about to be very angry at myself. All right, I'm less angry at myself because that's not as helpful, but it is still something that I didn't have. Thank you, Geo. Oh, half of that I can explain, Miranda. It's because we don't think. So it's not like idea. Step 1, go to that thing. Step 2, do that thing. Step 3, suffer the consequences of doing that thing. It's literally like, what's that? Gone. We are very impulsive children. And I'm saying that as an explanation, not an excuse. You are a much more well thought out person. Honestly, I think if you had more of like a slightly more competitive mindset, I'll bet you'd be even better at Ironmans than I am. Because you are much more of a methodical person and you'll take much more care and time to analyze and take the proper response to a situation before just jumping into it. I think if you had slightly more competitiveness, you would probably be a fucking awesome Iron Man player. But I know you don't like it when characters die in games, and that is totally valid. I don't see any fucking dudes on horses around here. Oh, maybe they're back the way I fucking started. Is it a Rukai down here? Here. You also have something that I think I've only ever seen in Cody before this, when playing a game, you have got like an inner spitefulness when the thing is a game. So if you don't if you like are having a bad run and you can't beat it, you don't get mad or like upset with the game. You just keep going. You have a determination that I can only respect because it's how he beat Ocarina of Time when he was 7. And he's the only other one I've seen do that because I wouldn't help him. Even though my mom was yelling at me to help him with the video game, I wouldn't because I was like, I didn't fucking have any help. He can fucking learn too. And he did. He fucking just stayed and played and played and played and played and played and fucking beat the game. Like, we didn't have the internet freely at that point. So if he got stuck, he was just a 7-year-old trying to figure out Ocarina of Time. And that's fucking impressive. And that's how Miranda is when she's playing a game too. Oh, I forgot you have that, you bitch. What? I think that man was gonna lean over and breathe fire. That's not a thing. I mean, like, there's probably some creatures that can literally breathe fire in the Lord of the Rings universe, but like, I don't think that guy was gonna do it. Thank you, Arctic. That's exactly it, dear. You can, yeah, it's fine when it's in service to the story, but an Iron Man proposes deaths that you have to be, you effectively have to be the executioner when they die. Because you have to be the ones to be like, well, I did it. The game didn't do it. I did it. And I'm totally fair with that being something you're not comfortable with. I didn't think I would be fine with that because I used to be a perfectionist Fire Emblem player. Like when I played Radiant Dawn originally on the Wii, if someone died, that was a map reset. And it didn't matter if it was a character I didn't want to use or had no plan to use when I was doing a repeat playthrough. Everyone needed to get their ending. So I would like, if I would like redo, and Radiant Dawn has some fucking long maps. I've lost people on the Oliver map in part 4. That map. And reset it to get them back. Like, I was the opposite of an Iron Man player for so long, and I just beat the piss out of myself because of that stupid fucking shield. It was actually streaming that was what made me an Iron Man player in the first place, because I was streaming Radiant Dawn, and I was getting annoyed by how many times I would reset to do the same map on stream, because if there's nothing more I hate than making you guys watch me do the same shit over and over again. If you're grinding an RPG, I don't mean that. I'm talking about like, oh, I fucked this up, let me do it again. Oh, I fucked it up again, let me do it again. I hate that. Like, that's the part of my brain going, if you weren't fucking streaming it, you could edit that shit out. But that would get around the whole point. So, I forgot where I was going with this. Yeah, that's just gone. That thought just fucking left. Didn't even leave a fucking reference point. Yo, Rohan, guys. When playing FE Iron Man. That's typically how my brain immediately goes after someone's like, oh, you're using that character? They're not very good. And I go, watched. And then they die. Especially when someone points out, there are horsemen over here. When someone points out that I've done something stupid like expose my dancer, because it's not a Mike Iron Man unless I get my dancer killed. And I'm like, they'll be fine. Nope. Or worse, I see it too late and start trying to correct my own mistake, and I make more mistakes as a domino effect. Okay, that should be all of them. Like, I don't know why I still have 2 red dots. Oh.
Thanks to you, we warned all the riders we could.
It is Carl Urban!
Must now gather for war. A great battle comes, and we shall sweep the Uruks from our land. Regroup your force, then drive on towards the Snowborn Bridge. Good luck.
So I guess we'll meet you there because we don't have horses.
I must tell you now of the role that Ents will play in the war to come.
Tree fodder,
In their
mostly.
innocence, they have lived in Middle Earth through
That's a
many
wizard
ages,
joke.
sometimes in hostility, oft-times in peace. In their arrogance, the Uruk-hai think themselves an unstoppable force who none can master. Saruman's pride will cause his fall. When his army spills from Orthanc, it will be lightly defended.
Guys, where's
The
Orthanc?
dawn of a day most desperate, for then their might will be revealed.
We need dental. You can start having other stats when you can take a punch. They told me to go back to that bridge where those guys wouldn't let me by before. They did model Morwen's ass, like, decently well for what I'm pretty sure is not a detail you're supposed to focus on. Yeah. Ripped off is fair, but, like, I also don't think you're incorrect. I believe that's like one of the biggest comparisons out there because when it came out, the only other thing that was that fantasy was that was in mainstream was fucking Lord of the Rings. That said, I'm still very interested in seeing Sam play through Dragon Age Origins, even after playing this. The Blight is Sauron. The Knights of Gondor or the Rohan could be considered like the Grey Wardens or something. No, I agree. It's the only Dragon Age game I actually like to play. I actually have no problems with like the story of the other, like some of the other ones, except Veilguard. We don't fucking talk about Veilguard. But like, to actually play myself, Origins is the only one that I actually enjoy playing. 2 becomes very samey very quickly. I don't have anything for wild yet. So the big attack that they're talking about, was there an attack in Rohan specifically, or did it go basically from like them doing the whole thing with turning the old man less into an old man, and then it went to Helm's Deep? Like, I can't remember how much of it was like Rohan and how much it was Helm's Deep and where the cutoff between those two things was. I guess my question is, am I expecting a boss fight at the end of Rohan of some kind? Yes, ad hoc counters! And the counters also get the guaranteed crits. I love this little man. He's probably the best person on my team, besides Yelly McBuff over there. Can't wait to see what Future Mike is gonna put as the fucking title for this stream. But gets lost in Rohan for 3 hours. It is all plains. There's nothing to get in the way. Still lost for 3 hours. Part of that was in a cave. It's too long of a stream title. One whole dog. Still me trying to make Morwen work. God, he hits so fucking hard because of those crits. I need to get that skill on Morwen, like, fucking as fast as possible. One of these two paths doesn't go back to the cave. No, can't do the cave again. I mean, I could just use the title from the stream itself. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. Okay, I think if we go around this way, we get to the bridge without having to actually go through the cave again. Not gonna lie to you, I don't much feel like spending another hour in that fucking cave. Also occurs to me that I'm probably not supposed to be spending this much time in this area to begin with, because as I ran past that house for what was like the 4th time, all I could think of is that place is still on fire. Like, I expected that to change. I'm not quite sure what I was thinking. I guess I was expecting that at some point it would have burnt down in a PS2 game. Oh my god, Hadhod finally has enough AP that he can cast this twice without like an item. Another talking point. Video games or movies? Works for both. What is the scariest version of orcs you've ever seen? Like depicted in some form of fiction. So it could be a video game version of an orc, and it could be something from a movie. I'm gonna leave anime out of this one. If you were gonna go an anime route with this one, they could do a lot more dark shit with that you might not consider in mainstream stuff. Crazy, those orcs had a lot of turns. Fuck, I don't even really need him attacking. He could just do that and still win. Okay, so apparently Steel Skill can miss if you do it on the same target. Either that was just unlucky. Lord of the Rings is the best one. I definitely think Lord of the Rings has the version that I would least like to get caught by, because they look disgusting. Every, like, monster, mob, creature, goblins especially, but orcs are pretty bad for it too, look like, if I get grabbed by that, I'm coming away with hypergonosyphilades. If they don't eat me. So, for that matter alone, I would definitely give it. What's the topic? What is the scariest version of orcs in fiction that you've seen? Video games or movies, not counting animes. Could be any of those. What I love about these longer old school RPGs is we can have more talking points to the chat. We as in me apparently. In between sections of gameplay where it's not like, if this was a Japanese RPG more so than anything else, I would be getting cutscene, 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 cutscene. It wouldn't be as free-flowing. Not counting books. Let's just go video games and movies. If the movie's based on a book, you can count that. Like, if it's like, oh, this movie has a couple of orcs, but the ones in the book based on that movie are much scarier. Like, that's fine. Why am I only able to picture the ogres in Baldur's Gate 3? When did we fight orcs? Are you talking like, you're not talking like just the half orc people, I'm talking like orcs, like full on orcs. That's because in Skyrim, orcs are a valid race to play, so they have to have at least basic intelligence. That said, I think most of them are really good craftsmen if memory serves. Oh, it's one of those fights. Okay, let's fucking go. Wait. I think I have to. Okay. Look at where we are. Look at what we're doing. We are fighting enemies on a... It's out of my hands. Like, there's like a video game law that says if I don't make this joke, I'm going to get canceled. Working right, but yeah, I'm actually kind of stunned right now by how it's working. We need... And with the counterattacks, I can actually play defensively, and they have to fucking take it. think I've done my due diligence. In fact, that might have been what you would call a run along too far joke. You wouldn't call it that. No one calls it that. That sounded really stupid. Today in Discord, we watched a movie called Glory. What was that about? That sounds like something I've seen. Like, I'm assuming it's a war movie. Matthew Broderick about the Civil War. Oh, maybe I haven't seen that then. There's not a lot of Matthew Broderick movies I haven't seen, so. Hey, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Inspector Gadget. That might have been all of them. Oh, no, I saw Cable Guy. Lady Hawk? I didn't see that one. Really do make a good job of selling it on the fact that, like, man, we must be tough, because these fuckers are not easy to kill. We can't be friends. Why? Because I didn't like Matthew Broderick that much? How many more of you are waiting to jump me under this fucking bridge? It's a great medieval fantasy movie. Matthew Broderick is a thief. He does a great job. I might have to check that out. What was that camera angle? I'm now taking you to the fucking camera angle from the goddamn wall. No, we're on the other side of the wall. The one not seeing all of this happening. What about Hudson Hawk? Hudson Hawk wasn't Matthew Broderick, it was Bruce Willis. I know that because I've seen that movie like 4 times.
Counts on the slowness of the Ents to anger.
Bruce Willis plays a cat burglar who sings songs to commit his crimes.
To feed his madness.
It's not a good movie, but it is a movie that they look like they had a blast making, and that makes for a great movie.
For when the Ent sees the fate of their kind, their rage shall know no bounds.
In the woods they sleep. Idriel, I think we got you some new armor. Ah, that's more boring. She looked better with the gold armor. Actually, you really don't need, like, you very, very rarely run out now. No, let's get you up to 70, Con. I mean, that was probably a story fight, so I think afford to just get my health and AP back. Also, it has Hudson Hawk. It has who's a CSI sunglasses? Yeah, meme guy, Horatio something. It has him in it, but he has like no lines. And it's the funniest shit. Like, the character has no reason to be in that movie, but he makes it better by being in that movie.
They did not strike for Edoras. They must risk more dangerous White Mountain paths.
How can we find them in the midst of this?
I suggest you locate one of their maps. Since you now prize the cause of these people over the elves, because of one pretty face.
Oh, shit! I don't think that was warranted. Like, did Barathor do or say anything that insinuated that he, like, was checking out Morwen's ass? I don't think so. Unless that was directed at the player, in which case, fucking Idriel got that elven knowledge, because I was indeed staring at Morwen's ass. Either way, what I'm saying and what Barathor's doing should not be in the same thing, okay? My boy here didn't do nothing wrong. Jimmy, what is another, or everybody, sorry, Jimmy's idea made me think of this. Other movies that are terrible movies, but they're great movies. They're so fun. Those kinds of movies. What else would you recommend? Hudson Hawk's a great example of that. I personally like the Super Mario Brothers live action movie and the Street Fighter movie with Van Damme and Mortal Kombat 1, not 2. I think Idriel's just a little bitter she's not the only lass on the team no more. She's still the healer, so she's the most important one. Wake up, Arathor. For you, the day Bison came to your village was the most important day of your life. But for Bison, it was Tuesday. He is so good. I know he was also an amazing Gomez Addams, but I gotta get, like, if I didn't fucking know Street Fighter, I wouldn't know who Raul Julia was. So I'm very, very glad that I got to learn of an awesome actor because of a definitely bad movie. Street Fighter was his last movie. He wanted to make a movie that his kids could actually watch. I guess because, like, after the TV stint with the Addams Family, he probably did, like, a lot more serious acting roles that, like, kids wouldn't be interested in. But it wasn't like a Brandon Lee thing where, like, Street Fighter killed Raul Julia. No, that was a movie that he did and then happened to die later on. Starship Troopers is absolutely in that category. It is a dumb movie, but it's a fun movie. Let's see, what else? What else ones are like, just like, God, this is campy. The Room. I don't know if it's fair to count Spaceballs, because Spaceballs is objectively a good movie. Like, it's legit a solid movie. I don't think you can, because I was about to say, I had an example too, but I was like, no, that's just a comedy. Waiting. I was gonna say Waiting, the Ryan Reynolds one. But no, that's just a comedy. It's not like oh, it's a bad movie, but it's a fun movie, so blah, blah, blah. Julian wants to leave my island. What a sentence for 2026. Good might. We could have more might. Wait, so besides someone saying Lord of the Rings and I think someone said Skyrim, we didn't get like any other suggestions for scary orcs, did we? Also, to be fair, that's not like a criticism. I'm having trouble thinking of scarier orcs. D&D, yeah. D&D orcs could be very scary. D&D and like Baldur's Gate ones are probably like the ones that would probably come the closest to like an anime level of dark horror. It just depends on how dark your DM is. You ever see The Last Starfighter? No, but that definitely qualifies. I know just enough about it to know that it qualifies as one of those. The Wizard might qualify, but I don't know if it's like besides a few straight scenes, I don't actually know if it's campy enough and funny enough to be like considered like a good movie to watch. It's an interesting movie because Nintendo decided to have an entire advertisement, a 2.5-hour movie. Is the book series called Scary Smut Orcs? Look at all those effects. Jay and Silent Bob? No, I think that's a straight comedy. I don't think it's meant to be like a bad movie that just happens to be good. Like, oh, because like it's in the same vein as like Clerks. Like I don't personally find Clerks funny, but that doesn't mean Clerks isn't funny. So like Jay and Silent Bob kind of falls into the same kind of category as that, right? Less a bad movie and more just a movie that wasn't for me. No, that's Harold and Kumar. Also, just a comedy, not another example. A lot of people actually do find that movie legitimately good, and again, it's just like it's a stoner comedy. So if you don't find stoner comedies funny, you will not find that movie funny. So it's another case of just not my kind of thing. I watched it, I laughed at parts, there was other parts that was like, this is going on way too long. Outer Rage! I have so little idea of Vampires Suck that I couldn't make a call on that one. Oh, that's a parody. That's just like a straight parody movie. That'd be like, oh, Scary Movie. It's like, no, that's just a parody of Scream. Or really a lot of horror movies. A fantasy movie, I forget what it's called, where a kid wants into a world where there's half human animals living with humans, and it's an old movie. I'm drawing a blank on that one. Oh, you know what was a fucking fantasy world that I wanted to see more of? Fucking the one from that Netflix show, Bright, the Will Smith show. Not because of Will Smith. Like I wanted to, like I genuinely was interested in the blending of the fantasy creatures with like the reality of the world and shit. And like, was it good? Arguably no. I enjoyed it, but arguably no. It's not a great thing. I can't remember if it's a show or a movie, but like it never went anywhere because of a lot of other shit and then the whole Will Smith thing. So like, that sucks. But I wanted to know more about that world. I thought it was interesting. I think I picked up something for Eligist. That's a fucking improvement. Oh no. Oh no, his hat is changing again. It's gonna be so bad. Actually, it's not as bad, but it's like kind of worse because now it doesn't match. It's a really good thing I didn't keep the Battle on the Big Bridge song playing, because that song is about 30 minutes on my little player here, and I feel like we would have gone over that. Fuck, I keep trying to do... I hate that old retreat ability being blacked out, because I can't, like, left over it. I have to go up and around to go down to the bottom one. I could probably just hit up. Nope. That would, in fact, not work. My drink is gone. my god, Warriors of Virtue, that was, we have the Ninja Turtles at home. I remember that. Yeah, it was fucking Temu-ass Ninja Turtles. But with rabbits. I think. Over the kangaroos. No, it wasn't Australian. I guess they must have been rabbit creatures. Right, we got the heels on, so that's good. Dodge in here, please. That would be nice. How strategic of a need is this bridge? Because I could just, like, burn that thing down. Probably important, though. Hey, Jason! How goes? Chi-Chi Bang Bang was good. I don't remember that one. I got wounding on all 4 of them. Wish there was a faster way to fucking do that. Tried that Dancing Divas game. It's actually it plays pretty well. Okay. What does it play like? Do you have any comparisons you could make? I didn't actually look at the trailer for it or anything yet. Oh, it plays like Streets of Rage. Okay. Did you check out those games I recommended, by the way? Streets of Remake, which is like an unofficial Streets of Rage 4 that, in my opinion, is actually better. And Fight and Rage, it's, I swear to God, it's always like $2 to $3 on fucking Steam, and it's so good. So that too, I definitely recommend them. I had a lot of fun playing Fight and Rage, and I think Streets of Remake is free because it's not like a thing. It's not an official game. It's a fan game. Wing and a miss. Thank God these two have counter. Like, the wounding strikes will weaken them, and the counters will probably finish them off. I've got to have Idriel start shooting water up at those fuckers in the rafters, though. So I think I'm going to have them just start healing themselves with items for a little bit. I think we talked about Bloody Roar not super long ago, didn't we? Because I remember having really fond memories of playing Bloody Roar 3, and I played a bit of Bloody Roar 4. To the best of my knowledge, there's no story mode for it, so it's not like a game I could get much mileage out of on Steam. This. Like, at least when I did the Dragon Ball Z fighting game, there was, like, content for me to show off and shit. But, like, it would just be me play fighting game by myself for a while and bored. War of the Monsters. That one I don't think I've ever heard of. bit of a story in the form of the characters, but yeah, but it's like one of those like Street Fighter-esque stories where it's like a page of text and then you fight the battles and then there's like 2 screenshots of it. I don't remember there being too much like cutscene-y stuff for that particular part. Okay, I need both. I need Adriel to start shooting water horses up there. Yeah. Good thing is, the more of these enemies that spawn in, the more experience I get out of this. To fight a game where you are kaiju-sized monsters in a destructible city. Isn't that just Rampage? I'm pretty sure that's just Rampage. Oh god, didn't they make that a movie? Was there a fucking Rampage movie, or did I dream that? I'm not kidding here. I legitimately can't remember. Is Rampage a real movie with The Rock in it, or is that something I just made up? Oh, it was real. You ever, like, think the world might be slightly better for a half second because that movie might not have been made? I didn't hate that movie, I just questioned why it was made. Like, I'm just thinking of the money and the time and the money that could have been spent on a better movie or anything else. Trying to time I remember Jojo Sawa is a real person. I don't know who that is. I'm still mad we ain't gotten Atlantis. Those items that like hit everybody. Yeah, there we go. I don't know who that is either, Serenity. Count yourself lucky. Alrighty then. What dating sim? Bombshell barista. Unclear on what that one is. Are you dating the baristas or are you a barista? Cool, I can get a drink.
The war in these lands begins. Saruman scouts with his Kriben while he devises his plans. His Uruk-hai scouts now swarm through Rohan, cutting roads and assaulting villages. His main army marshals as an unstoppable force, bound for the heart of Rohan. For Edoras, where we now hasten, cannot be defended against such a horde. If they choose not to face Saruman in the open field, they will retreat to their ancient fortresses. I do not have time now to give you the age.
I like to earn a Scared Stupid. It's a bad movie, but I enjoyed it.
In time.
Still loath to call that part of the whole bad movies that you have to recommend to people thing, though, because, like, I don't know. I think Ernest is like an acquired taste. How am I not getting any equipment for you? Fucking tank man over here got 30 points of armor just now. I think that's probably gonna be more stats, right? Whoa, you lose a lot of strength off of that. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that, thanks. I want to get you up to 100 constitution. Oh, okay. So, sorry, for some reason I thought you were saying it was a person from Honey Boo Boo. Everyone just fucking dies too goddamn fast. I was slightly hoping that they were going to put a safe point at this end of the bridge for me.
It defends the approach to Edoras. I expect Grima to have betrayed it by now.
Who?
We must gather more men. Mithrandir will soon summon us to
Not
battle.
Grima, I mean,
Farewell,
who is
Gondorian.
Grima betraying in this case?
Every hour, the future of Rohan grows darker. Already those villages that lie near Isengard
On a scale of
have
1
been
to
put the
Hoonie Pop,
sword.
how horny is the game?
The villagers across the plains fight bravely, seeking to save what they can. Their horses and their future are all that matter to them. All are swept from this land like leaves before the wind. They make their sacrifice, my friend. Will you?
Well, yeah, I mean, if I gotta fucking lose people to save people, of course we're gonna do that. That's what we're here for. Or at least I assume so. Like, most of us haven't, like... I'm really not sure what quest Barathor is on at this point. Because it kind of feels like we've already been told that Mr. Boromir don't feel so good and is not making it back home. So, kind of just feels like we're, hello, who are you?
This was the doing of a man they called Grima.
I know this creature. Word of him spread to Gondor.
I thought you were of Rohan.
Only now. My family once served the steward, but his mind was poisoned against my father. I suspect Grima. We must crush this worm now, or he shall intercept the refugee column and slaughter it.
I had a weird feeling that there was going to be another one.
Gondorian. You have dealt death, but it is not yet a great mill wheel in your mind.
Yeah, I remember Freaky Stories. That was the one with the cockroach and the maggot, right?
The shell of life.
This is a real story. It happened to a friend of mine. No, wait, that might have been Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Learn stewardship of others, whose destiny hangs in the balance. This has always been the fate of those
Time to
who
look
wish
up
to
Boonie
turn
Pop.
base
It's
desire
porn.
toward noble purpose.
And
Sauron
as
has seen beyond
Serenity
the
said, it is
cycles
also
to the
banned on
greater
Twitch.
purposes of life, but he chooses to turn
YouTube
the
allows
wheel
videos of it, but that's because people have to
faster.
censor the stuff,
Forward is greed.
and you can't do that while you're live, usually.
You are grist in his mill, Gondorian, but you are fated to grow again.
It's incredibly vague. Cockroach and the Worm. Okay, yeah, I do remember that one. I didn't like that show, but that's because I didn't like the animation CG for the Cockroach and the Worm. Too gross. It was probably puppets. I have to remember that show was pretty old. CG was not quite there yet. Really, Hadhod? want to look it up. Someone give me the basic, terrible, one Google sentence description of what that is. Already have Valor. Oh, he is on the pillow. Miranda made me a pillow. Like, actually, like, made me a pillow out of an old shirt of mine that I gave her. And Nia has claimed it. Because it is the perfect combination of mom and dad. By that I mean I wore a shirt and Miranda made art with it. Bombshell, it's worse? Well, better. Mayor H.R. Pufnstuf is the other evidence of Living Island trying to help young Jimmy, shipwrecked and led to their island, who escaped the evil clutches of Witchy Foo, and zany witch who wants to steal Jimmy's talking flute, or a collection of magical objects, but even as Jimmy tries to keep his talking flute at Witchy Foo's evil grasp, he's also trying to find his way back home. That was definitely a description. No, you don't need to give descriptions, or specifics. If the game has, like, better art, I'm sure it'll cross my path at some point. What a boring name, though. Living Island. Snowburn's great hole lies beyond its many gates. They only open by a winch upon each hilltop, but the treachery has led invaders inside. Peace out! Can you please give Morrowind some equipment? Wow, this is like way better than this in terms of armor class. Got voice acting? Well, I guess that's not that rare on dating sim games. They don't have a ton of gameplay usually, so they kind of have to make up for it with like features. That's actually kind of a risk, though, because if someone finds the voice annoying, it can actually ruin the entire character. And dating sims tend to be one of, like, some of the genres where people like get really uppity if like the characters aren't done well. Oh no, the crossbow guy. That's really good. Now, the characters just hot, or are they more like they're actually interesting? That's another shortcut that a lot of dating sims will take. They'll be like, ah, we made them pretty. They don't have to be deep characters, you're just here to see their tits. But the better dating sims can do both. Okay, I will expect your report on my desk in 2 days. Really, really like to kill Mr. Crossbow before he starts giving that stupid damaging shield to people. Oh god, the Warwick Davis horror movies. The Leprechaun. Oh, he also fucking shield. Oh fuck, I should have switched to Orcbane. Sorry, I switched to targets and I wasn't paying attention. No, even though they haven't like updated like the list in forever of like what you can and can't stream, I think it's like implied like don't play a hentai game on stream, please. No, Leprechaun was not only not a fever dream, it was like 6 movies. He went to space in one of them. And he also went back to the Hood. I might have the order of that wrong. I think he went to the Hood first. Seems like a natural progression to go to space from there. Yeah, and they start Warwick Davis from, like, you know, Harry Potter and Willow and stuff. There's no titties in it. I mean, what's the point in fucking playing it? I ask as the targeted male demographic of the game. I think Barathor needs a band-aid. Well, yes, I am a degenerate. So are you going to bed, or are you just spamming the pumpkin emote? Oh, right, you've got that fucking shield on him. Drag me to hell. I use you, I have to use you. I may fall asleep. I'm not sure how much longer the Rohan section is. I'd like to get to setting up for the next area, which I think is going to be Helm's Deep, but I'm getting less sure that's going to be right away. Drag Me to Hell is a classic example of I don't think this counts as a fucking horror movie. Because all it is just a gross out movie. Oh yeah, I got the little plug-in extension thing for my Streamlabs that makes the emotes go poof. You have 1 health. Why don't you just fucking take a backseat for a second? All those on him. Melee damage doesn't matter. Shot, I guess. The Creepers! Oh yeah, and you can also spend channel points, and I can play ASMR tunes on my little thingy over here. That was a sentence. Okay, let's try that again, this time with feeling. There we go. Yeah, I'll give you an example. Here's PS1. Oh yeah. God, I forgot how long that is. Ghost, you've won! Have a Dorito! He's like a kid with a new toy. Doritos are good. You know what else are great? Corn chips. I have rediscovered my love of corn chips, and I am not sorry. Dream Elements, you're not getting a raise, but thank you for that. I like the description for Rage of the Maiden. An attack that does a lot of damage. Yeah, that's what that would do. My favorite kind of Doritos actually got discontinued like years ago. I used to be a fan of just the regular barbecue. Like Smoky Red Barbecue or Bold Barbecue, or the fuck it's called. It's fine. I like it. It's good. But the regular barbecue that used to come in like the silver bags were my favorite Doritos. And yeah. When is more Michael Jackson's Moonwalker? I can't beat the zombie boss. It's really hard. I got one guy with 1 HP and a shit ton of AP, and one guy with a decent amount of HP and no AP to speak of. I feel like I've been casting this entire stream. I gotta see how many more uses that she needs to get the party healed. Oh, they still make those. I don't remember what they're called, but I've had those like not even that long ago. They still make those. Oh, the spit take was like, poor keyboard almost died that day. Wing and a miss. Yeah, I cannot remember what they're called, but the next time I see them, I'll take a picture of them so I can find out the name for you. Start with an S. Dax. I don't know if that's right or not. They're the first thing that came to mind. Swoops! That does sound right. I like bugles. You guys remember those? Shaped like little cones, make little finger claws out of it before you eat them. Yeah, Aw, hi, Lori. Tell Kiara hello as well, whenever she wakes up. Let's forget how old I am. I am 26. What is this game? This is Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. A really, really solid Lord of the Rings. It plays like Lord of the Rings fan fiction, but it's like really, really good. Especially love when I crack open a fucking box and I have to fight a whole bunch of monsters to get that box open, and it is an item that I have. I thought that read armor mushrooms. I am half a pumpkin. I am looking for a save point because I don't think we're clearing Rohan tonight, and I haven't had dinner yet. I made a really yummy dinner and I haven't eaten yet, and I want to eat it because it's calling to me, and it's like, you made tater tots and stir-fry meat, and you didn't even eat all of it. What are you doing, you cowardly bitch? I don't know why my food has an accent. What the fuck is Trix yogurt? You haven't eaten yet? I was like tasting it while I was cooking it. Don't worry, that's like the first thing I'm doing right after this. I'm probably gonna throw on like a Hell's Kitchen. Ugh. Hell's Kitchen clip and have some of those. And I still don't have any fucking AP. Yeah, I was planning on it, but so the donairs I bought yesterday for dinner, I ate one of those yesterday. I ate half of one before the stream with Sparky, and then I finished it while I was cooking. So I still had something, and I didn't want to like put more food on top of that before I started streaming. Instead, I ate half of a donair, and Cody also gave me a burger, but like, I even gave it back to him, like, if I eat that before dinner, I'm not cooking dinner. I'm actually not a big fan of potato skins, but I might have just like maybe had bad ones. So that would be something I would be willing to try again to see if like, if someone's like, these are really good potato skins, I'd be like, okay, I would try that. Because I've always just been like, I'd rather have mashed potatoes. God damn it, Israel. Bacon, cheddar, sour cream. That's a very, like, that's like the go-to that I hear people say. I guess we'll try it on you since you're still at full health. There we go. We're getting some fucking AP back per turn now. The yogurt that has Trix flavor is a yogurt cup with 2 different flavors. Does anyone remember Dunkaroos? Are those still a thing? They were like little cookie little things you'd eat, and then you could dip them in like a flavored pudding. I don't know how you'd fucking describe it. Are those still a thing? That's what it's called, marshmallow fluff? Yeah, fucks. It was okay. I used to just eat the frosting shit. Which, by the way, easy to get sick off of that. Those are still around since the store I work at gets those. Oh, okay. I can't remember the last time I saw them, that's why it's like, it's been a while since I've had Dunkaroos. Clearly. I think it's just like you can get sick off of anything if you eat it enough. Oh no, I attacked. Oh, it's a waste of a turn. Oh well, it's a really waste of a turn. Oh, like the cups they came in were dirty? Ugh. You ever hear Dope Cups? Sent you an image of Trix Yogurt on the Discord. I do not know why my archery is basically blind. Send Discord on food. Okay. All I'm thinking right now is that Dirtman song that Miranda sings sometimes. Okay, so we've gone up that hill. Flip the switch. Also locked. I'm missing the other switch, I think. Gubbies? Not familiar with that one. Maybe I needed to get like switch number 2 before I hit switch number 1. Could be one of those. That's the song. Oh, they still haven't unlocked it yet. Oh, yeah, I do remember those. I did not like them. They always felt like way too sweet for me. Also, same thing like Kool-Aid jammers. Like, I used to be fine with Kool-Aid, I'm making it myself and stuff, but I always found the jammers were too overly sweet. Either that or they just put way more sugar in it than I did, which is weird because I made them when I was a kid. What counts for greater health recovery on an item? I would say that's probably definitely something on the list of things I did not expect to hear Jimmy say today. I am staggered by this archer, I really am. Gravity. Gravity would happen in very short order. Nacho pizza, that's not bad. Oh, fuck. Actually, she might have lived a non-crit. He did say 70%, but the likelihood of him hitting something he would feel is still pretty high. Oh, fuck. I just meant to heal her. Yeah, what a great cast that was. No, that one was Idriel Morwen. I keep wanting to use her, and she keeps getting like 2 shot. Sometimes 1 shot. So I'm like waiting until I can get her constitution up a bit higher and get her some better armor. Not that dumbass over here is doing much better. Oh my god, I cannot believe this man. He can't hit fucking shit. And again, he has like the 2nd highest dex on my team. I don't think it's asking for too much for the guy with the bow to be an accurate one. Owie! Oh, of course, and then they just fucking shoot him down after that. How did you not die from that? Yeah, Boromir would have hit that shot. Aragorn would have definitely hit that shot. Legolas would have hit that shot and they would have bragged about it. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Were they crossbows that finished him off? I thought they were just longbows. I don't remember. Like, I'm not the expert here. I'm genuinely asking. It was today I learned that Legolas and Will Turner are played by the same. Elagos, come on! Yes, Nia, I know. You're ready for bed. Yeah, she like got up off the couch, walked over here, sat right over here, and then flopped down. As if to be like, Bed, what are you doing? I desperately need a save point. I think there's one back at the start here. I'm like beaten to shit right now. I need to heal, and also it's 12:30. It's bed. I'm gonna eat and then go to bed. Sadly, we didn't get to finish Rohan this time, but that means there will be Rohan next time too. All right, so I want to thank you guys all so much for being here. I definitely think I got to tell a lot more stories tonight, so I hope that was okay. Not until we raid Ness? Okay. I get it? I did. Yeah, but thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for putting up with me and enjoying the game and enjoying my company. You are all amazing, and I love you all. Take care of yourselves. Remember that you are loved, you are valued, and that you matter. Go spread that love over to Nessa's stream. I don't know what she's playing right now, but we're about to find out together. Till tomorrow. Bye-bye.